Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFurgy. Spider-Man is probably Marvel's most lucrative hero ever, and he's certainly one of my favorites. While he does have some pretty amazing powers, gosh I'm clever, much of his strength comes from his gadgets. So let's talk about some of his coolest inventions. Also, if you like what we're doing here at Top 10 Nerd, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Support is much appreciated. Now get ready, it's time for the top 10 coolest Spider-Man gadgets. Number 10. The Spider-Mobile. This is one gadget that people probably aren't so psyched about, mostly because it's totally unnecessary. Personally, I think it's pretty dumb. The vast majority of the time, he's better off just using his webs. He built this for a car company that wanted to promote their new non-polluting car engine. While he was reluctant because, like many fans, he thought it was dumb, he eventually just went along with it because he needed rent money. There have been certain changes to it over the years, making it look a lot cooler, but it's still a dumb gadget that he only made because he was strapped for cash. Number 9. Webware. This is unique to this list because it's actually designed to help the general population rather than being used in Spider-Man's heroics. This was huge for Parker Industries and also helped the people a great deal, providing them with unlimited wireless internet all over the world. It also has a great deal of built-in security with high levels of encryption designed to prevent hacking. This sounds like a dream come true to me, and I love that Peter eventually began helping the world in a more traditional and less violent way. Number 8. The Spider Glider. When Peter came to the conclusion that he needed to get around faster than web slinging, he created his own version of Green Goblin's famous glider. The Spider Glider is better though because, well, it's shaped like a spider. Shocker. Plus, Spider Glider sounds better than Goblin Glider anyway. Rhyming is key. This was used in battle against the villainous Equinox, who had the power of both fire and ice, which I'm sorry is way OP. Spider-Man used the glider to his advantage as he didn't have to rely on his webbing, which wasn't effective against Equinox. Hey, speaking of the battle with Equinox, Number 7. Spider Bombs. Taking another page out of the Goblin Handbook, Spider-Man created new spider bombs, built specifically to take down Equinox. They were made with thermoreactive foam to counteract his rather unique power, keeping the cool side hot and the hot side cool, as Spidey puts it. These were highly effective against Equinox and were actually planned to be given to firefighters to help them quickly quench flames. Very cool and highly effective both in battle and in the real world. Speaking of gadgets used in the real world, Number 6. Cryocubes. Cryocubes were created by Peter while working at Horizon Labs. These amazing things were able to quickly freeze living things with no damage to them. This is great when trying to stop bad guys from attacking you while not wanting to, freeze them to death. These actually began to be used in the medical field, used to save severed limbs and the like, as Peter learned when he witnessed Frank the firefighter's foot being saved thanks to his technology. It's amazing how much he helped the world, even unintentionally, outside of Parker Industries and villain butt-kicking. Number 5. The Spider Tracer. Spider Tracers were one of Spider-Man's earliest inventions, first seen in Amazing Spider-Man number 11 in 1964. As you probably guessed, Spider Tracers can track the movements of the person or object to which they're attached. While these were used frequently by Spider-Man, they became something of a joke because they were just so easy to spot. They were improved later on, making them smaller, giving them audio, GPS, and even camouflage, which was probably the most useful of the upgrades to stop people from going ugh. Number 4. Spider Bots. These are a bit different from the others on this list because they weren't created by the true Peter Parker, but rather Otto Octavius in the body of Peter. These were a huge defining aspect of Superior Spider-Man, and they were super useful. These can be used to send Spider-Man information and images controlled mentally by him. They were later upgraded with facial recognition software and can even create force fields when used in conjunction with other bots. Very cool. Number 3. The Mark IV Armored Spidey Suit. When Spidey was introduced in all new, all different Marvel, he came with a brand spanking new suit. And while the Mark IV didn't look quite as cool as the Mark III, it was definitely more powerful and keeping with Spidey's usual look. This came with a number of awesome upgrades. The suit was made of a liquid metal, making it significantly more durable and resistant to heat and even bullets. It stored multiple kinds of web cartridges, enhanced strength, and even temperature control to hide its heat signature. The suit was also resistant to sonic attacks, inspired by an earlier suit, which was way cooler in my opinion. Speaking of which, Number 2. The Stealth Suit. This is one of Peter Parker's coolest inventions ever, not to mention one of the coolest looking. Peter needed a suit to counter Hobgoblin's sonic attacks, so he created a suit that could bend light and sound around the suit using omni-harmonic mesh. Now this bad boy had two modes, invisibility mode which glowed red and anti-sound mode which glowed green. The suit could also fire spiders that dissolved metal and repair any damage received. This is probably the coolest looking suit Spider-Man ever wore, and honestly I wish he would just keep it forever. Sure, he doesn't look quite like Spider-Man, but that's because he looks better. Number 1. Web shooters. There really couldn't be anything else at the number 1 spot. Spider-Man without his web shooters is like pizza without cheese. It's still fine, but it will have a harder time catching bad guys. That analogy fell apart a bit, but you know what I mean. Now it's true that certain versions of Spidey forego the shooters in the name of natural webbing, like the Tobey Maguire films, but Peter Parker generally depends on his patented web shooters with their cartridges of web fluid to help him swing across the city, and catch thieves just like flies. These are by far his most used gadgets, and for that, they belong right at the top. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. What's your favorite Spidey gadget? Let me know in the comment section down below. And yes, I left the spider signal off intentionally because it is so stupid. Until next time, I'm Ron McKenzie the Virgin with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.